In the previous video, we have seen some interview questions on Java arrays. So this is completed. In this video, we will see an introduction about collections framework in Java. So what is collections framework? We have seen arrays in the earlier videos, but the main disadvantage with arrays is it is of fixed size. Arrays are of fixed size. That means once we instantiate an array, we cannot change the length of the array. We cannot increase or decrease the size of the array. So that is the main disadvantage. If we want to have more or less elements into it, we need to have an extendable or shrinkable arrays, and collections framework is an answer for that. So collections framework, we can add or remove as many elements as we want. That means arrays are of fixed size. That means we cannot add more elements into the array. But in the collections framework, for the classes developed using collections framework, we can add or remove as many elements as we want. So let's understand this picture. Collections framework is a group of interfaces and classes developed using those interfaces. The first interface in a collection framework is iterable interface. So this is the interface, and in this iterable interface, a method called iterate is declared in this one. The method is declared, but since this is an interface, this method is not implemented. Normally in an interface we define methods, but we won't implement them. So a method which is used to iterate over collections is declared in iterable, and the method is iterate. And another interface which is collection interface is developed and it is implemented to iterable interface. This collection interface, it has defined some additional methods like add all, clear, contains. So like this, it has developed all these methods. That means it has defined all these methods, but since again this is an interface, this collection is an interface, these methods are defined but not implemented. Now some other interfaces which are list, set and queue are developed which implement the collections interface. So these all implement the collection interface, and they define some additional methods also, which are add all, get, hashcode, index of, last index of, list iterator at index, remove at index, sublist. So these are all some additional methods defined in list interface. Like this, all these interfaces, list, set and queue, they have developed some additional methods. They have defined some additional methods, but those methods are not implemented because all these are interfaces. So these are basically the interfaces section. That means the first interface is iterable interface, which has defined the method iterate, and then collections interface extended this iterable interface, which has defined some additional methods, and then list, set and queue interfaces have extended the collection interface and they have defined some additional methods. Now based on these interfaces, some classes are developed, and some of the example classes that have been implemented for list interface are array list, linked list and vector. These are some of the classes that were developed. So these are classes. Similarly, for set, the classes developed are hash set, linked hash set and tree set. And for queue, the classes developed are priority queue, dequeue and array dequeue. So these are all the classes that were developed for the interfaces. That means they have implemented this list interface, set interface and queue interface, and these classes are developed. And we have another interface called map interface. This map interface, it doesn't extend any of these interfaces like collection interface or iterable interface, any of these. It is a separate interface, but this is still under collections framework. And some of the classes that were developed using this interface are hash map, hash table and tree map. These are some of the classes that were developed using the interface map. Let's see this one more time. So the first interface in a collections framework is iterable interface. So this iterable interface defines a method iterate, and then a collection interface is developed which has extended this iterable interface, and some more methods are defined like add all, clear, etc. So these are all the methods that were defined in this collection interface. And using the collection interface, some more interfaces are developed, and they are list interface, set interface and queue interface. This list interface extends this collection interface. Similarly, set interface extends collection interface and queue interface extends collection interface. And they have developed some additional methods which are add all, get, hash, index of object o, last index of object. So like this, some additional methods are defined. And using these interfaces, some classes are developed. So these are the classes here. So array list, linked list and vector have implemented this list interface. So all these methods are defined. That means they are implemented in all these classes. Similarly, for set, the classes implemented are hash set, linked hash set and tree set. So these classes have implemented this set interface. And similarly for queue, we have priority queue, DQ and array DQ. And we have another interface called map. It doesn't extend any of these interfaces like collection interface or iterable interface. This is a separate interface here. Even though this is a separate interface, this is still under the collections framework. And using this interface, map interface, some of the classes that were implemented are hash map, hash table and tree map. So these are some of the classes that were implemented using this map interface. So now let us see the differences between list, set and queue and map. So let's see the differences between these four. The differences between list, set, queue and map. So list in Java provides an ordered and indexed collection which may contain duplicates. That means if we create a list and if we add elements into that, let's say I have created a list of integers and I am adding the integers like 1, 10, 23, 5, something like this. Okay, and a list maintains this order. That means this is the first element added. So this is 0th index. This is the second element added. So this is the first index. So like this, it maintains this order. A list always maintains the order. So it is an ordered and index collection. And this allows duplicates as well. That means we can have 10 also, again 10 or again 23. Like this, we can have duplicates also in a list. Now set interface. Set interface is an unordered collection. That means if we add these elements into a set, it won't maintain this order. It will be something like 1, 5, 10, 23, something like this. So it won't maintain the order if we add elements into a set. And moreover, it's a collection of unique objects. That means it doesn't allow duplicates. So if we try to add duplicate elements, let's say I want to add 10 again into a set, simply it will be ignored. That means it won't add a duplicate element. So a set interface provides an unordered collection of unique objects. That means set doesn't allow duplicates. And the next thing is queue. Queue works on FIFO basis. That means first in and first out. That means the first element is removed first and the last element is last. Let's say I have added some 10 first and then 2, 5, 23. Since I have added 10 first I can access this 10 only as the first element and 23 only the last element. I cannot access this second element as first or third element as first, something like this, because it works on a FIFO basis, first in and first out. That means the first element is removed first and the last element will be removed last. So that is Q. Now map. Map provides a data structure based on a key value pair. So key value pair. That means, let's say I would like to store the name Subbu into a collection. Then I have to give it a name. The name is name and ID. Let's say ID is 100. So I have to give the key value as ID or anything, like the values will be stored in a map in the form of key value pairs. So that is a map. Let's see this one more time. So list provides an ordered and indexed collection and it allows duplicates. So the order will be maintained in a list. Let's say we are adding 1, 10, 23, 5. Then it maintains this order and we can add duplicates elements again into a list. So 10, 23, these are duplicate elements. So list allows duplicate elements. Set interface provides an unordered collection. That means if I try to add 1, 10, 23, 5, this order won't be maintained in set. It will be something like 1, 5, 10, 23. It will be something like this. And this order won't be maintained in a set. So it is an unordered collection and it won't allow duplicates. That means if I try to add 10 one more time into the collection, into a set, then it will be simply ignored. It won't add the duplicate element into the set again. And Q works on FIFO basis. That means first in and first out. For example, I have added into a queue 10, 2, 5 and 23. Since 10 is the first element, it will be removed first. 2 is the next element, so it will be removed next, like this. The last element is 23, so it will be removed last. So this is a queue. And next one is map. Map provides a data structure based on a key value pairs. Key value means, let's say I want to store the name Subbu, so I need to give, this is the value. I need to give a key for this one. Key is name. Similarly, I would like to add a number ID, my ID into the map. Then the key will be something like ID. So map is a data structure based on a key value pair. In this video, we have seen the introduction about Java Collections Framework. If you want to download the document for this one, you can go to my repository at github.com/suppostech and then go to Selenium-Java-tutorials. This particular document starts with number 23. So search with 23 and this is the document Selenium-Collection Framework-Introduction. You can download this document. In the next video, we will see the class array list which was implemented using the interface list.